Hillside Strangler has murdered 10 young women and left their bodies on the hillsides along the highways. Today, the police found another, number 11, they think.
Hello.
Hey there.
What's your name?
Steve?
Last name?
You. You're a mother been trying to get me to leave him. I killed those broads, you know, to smarten him up, to show him that he couldn't push me fucking around. There's a right way to do things, and there's fucking my way to do things, and my way has always been the right way.
Today we'll recount one of the most notorious criminal cases in history, the infamous Hillside Strangler who terrorized Los Angeles. This story took a dark turn upon discovering that not one but two people were behind these heinous acts. Stay with us till the end as we unravel the chilling details of this notorious case. In the late 1970s, Los Angeles was a city of contrasts, bustling with cultural shifts and societal changes. The era was marked by a post-Vietnam War atmosphere and a budding Hollywood scene that brought glitz and glamour. However, underneath this lay a deep-seated urban issue: rising crime rates. Most noteworthy of these crimes was the wake of terror brought by the Hillside Strangler. The investigation into the Hillside Strangler case was a journey through a maze of limited and perplexing clues. Initially, investigators had little to work with. The victims bore ligature marks, and on one, a tiny piece of white fiber was found, a clue that seemed almost insignificant in the vast puzzle. The lead detective, Frank Salerno, played a crucial role in piecing together the scattered evidence. As more victims were discovered, a horrifying pattern emerged. All were young women, sexually abused, strangled, and their bodies left on display on hillsides. The media frenzy surrounding these killings added pressure but also led to the killer being dubbed the Hillside Strangler, a name that suggested a lone predator. The Hillside Strangler's method of targeting victims was chillingly methodical and deceptive. He often masqueraded as a police officer or an authority figure. Once he lured a victim, he would abduct her, using fake badges and handcuffs to assert control. The victims were then subjected to unimaginable horrors, including sexual assault and torture before ultimately being strangled. The bodies were callously disposed of on hillsides. The investigation took a dramatic turn when detectives began to consider the possibility of two killers working in tandem. The shift in perspective came from analyzing the patterns of the killings and the way the victims' bodies were positioned and disposed of. This breakthrough led to intensified efforts, combining traditional police work with psychological profiling. The relentless pursuit eventually led to the identification and arrest of the two culprits, cousins Kenneth Bianchi and Angelo Buono Jr. Bianchi, initially slipping into the role of a concerned citizen offering help to the police, eventually became a prime suspect.
If you had viewed that videotape, it was a Walt Disney production from front to back. It made you sick. I remember Salerno's comments, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. The doctor who was conducting that, oh God almighty, the most unprofessional piece of psychiatry I've ever seen in my life.
I want a cigarette. Don't have a cigarette. Give me a cigarette.
I killed those broads, you know, to smarten him up, to show him that he couldn't push me fucking around. There's a right way to do things, and there's my way to do things, and my way has always been the right way.
Once the police zoned in on Bianchi, his cousin Angelo Buono's involvement became apparent.
And we told the jurors from the start that Kenneth Bianchi was going to lie to them, and he was also going to tell the truth to them, and that they needed to look at the evidence as a whole in order to convict Angelo Buono.
Buono, a car upholstery repairman by trade, led a life that on the surface appeared unremarkable. However, what led investigators to believe he was involved was the discovery that many of the sinister acts took place at Buono's residence. The duo used this location as a horrific staging ground for their crimes, exploiting the privacy and control it offered. Key evidence linking Buono to the crimes emerged from witness testimonies and the meticulous forensic examination of fibers and other material found at the crime scenes. Bianchi's arrest in January 1979 for the crimes in Washington state set the wheels in motion. His failed attempt to feign multiple personality disorder as a defense led him to confess and name Buono as his accomplice.
California and the state of Washington are giving up the death penalty.
How does a defendant plead to count one of the information?
Guilty, Your Honor.
How does the defendant plead to count two of the information?
Guilty.
Buono's arrest followed, not through direct evidence of the crime, but initially on charges related to pimping and pandering, while the detectives gathered more incriminating evidence. The capture of Bianchi and Buono finally concluded a relentless manhunt for the Hillside Strangler. Kenneth Bianchi and Angelo Buono's chilling saga concluded with Bianchi serving a life sentence after his 1979 arrest, and Buono dying of a heart attack in 2002. Their heinous crimes left an indelible mark on Los Angeles, serving as a stark reminder of the darkness lurking in the human psyche. Thank you for watching. Drop your thoughts on this chilling story in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more daily true crime stories.